Hello, hello.
Good morning, good afternoon, hello.
You're in Hawaii, so it is. Is it morning there still?
It just hit 12 o'clock.
Just hit 12. 6 p.m. here. I'm winding down.
Your day's almost over.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it today. I'm not gonna lie.
Some days are like that, that's for sure.
I did not get too many takers. I got one taker on going on the hot seat tonight. So I'm gonna put myself on there as well. And we'll just run around, round robin. Was small crew when I do it earlier? Or was it me being a slacker and forgot to send out the link? Good. Amanda's here. We'll give him a minute. How's everybody else's day going? Wonderful. You a quiet crew. I got a thumbs up. Heather, you're on the treadmill?
No, I'm actually still at work.
Boring.
Agreed.
I'm gonna hit you up a little bit too tonight. Hopefully you're able to listen at work.
Yep, I'm.
I'm just opening all my windows.
Oh,
Opening all the windows. So since I only had one volunteer to go on the hot seat tonight, I'm gonna talk a little bit about my journey and my chaos right now. The whole, give you a little insight on like next level and why I don't advocate it for everybody going pushing yourself the little beyond the limit and acknowledging what the limit is. I don't even know, where I'm going to fully go with this one tonight. But again, it's open forum, so I'll leave time to chat at the end as well. But when I kicked off, we kicked off the challenge. Just my goals, a little better habits coming out of going through the summer, cleaning things up, and then prepping for vacation at the end of the month. So I wanted a slow diet initially. The vacation was supposed to be a week later. Wife's school, we pushed it forward, so that messed up my timeline. Kind of had to recalculate all my numbers, recalculate my whole workout.
what the hell?
I don't know what the hell is right, right? She forgot she's in school and forgot she had classes starting a week early. So you didn't know that was going to happen. So yeah, I revamped some things, but I kicked off kicked off when I started tracking at the beginning of the challenge at 216.8. 216.8, and my goal was to land somewhere by vacation around 205 to 200, depending on how hard I pushed it. There was definitely, you know, even I could say myself, slip ups. I had some slip ups definitely towards the beginning. We had week one that we got this thing going. I had family in town, so that throws you for a loop and they want to go to Disney all the time while they're here. They don't come to see me. They don't come to see me. They come to go to Disney World, which can't blame them. I'm not that entertaining, but just cleaning things up. I had substantial good amount of drop and June 19th to July 10th, I went down from 216.8 to 210.6. So a lot of that was just getting the crap out of my body, cutting the sugars. We cut out our taco. We switched our taco Wednesday where we order takeout tacos to, homemade taco bowls. Just a lot of small, simple changes. And then I don't know what the heck happened. July 10th through July 15th. What was I doing? I wish I had, actually documented, but I went back up 3 pounds, 3.3 on the nose. So not bad. Fluctuation like that, normal. And then over the course of that week, July 16th, dropped down to 209. Whoa. See, that's crazy. You know how I know it was a fluctuation? Lots of Epic videos. You're not wrong. Epic's dang. I bet if I looked, I probably did go to Epic on that day and just ate like a horse. That's how I know it was a fluctuation. July 10th, 210.6. July 16th, 213.6. And then I plummeted down by July 18th to my new low on this cycle, which was 209.6. So I managed to drop, another almost three and change on the weight over the course of 2 days. So that, fluctuation is totally normal. 2 days later, right back up 213, up a little hair after that. July 22nd, 213.6, bumped up again. I bumped up to 215.12. And I knew I wasn't being 100% consistent, but I was still lower than that starting point of 216.8. Right after July 20. Oh, that's when we had Google Dolls. That's why I went up there because I was having fun. 29th through the 31st, again, I plummeted. I went from that 215.2 to 210.4. So if you ever see a big plummet like that or a big jump like that, it's probably bloat or inflammation. The, there's no way in hell you gain 5 pounds or lose 5 pounds of actual weight in that short span of time. It's crazy. And then right after August 3rd, my body fluctuates like crazy. August 3rd, 210.4 to 215.72 over the course of 3 days. Right back up. Again, I think I was just being a little looser on the weekends than I planned to be. And I told myself vacation 24th, really gonna dial in. Really gonna dial in. So this is, August is when I'll talk about kind of advanced tactics. And Heather messaged me. She wanted some. Heather, I told you to be insider information. I can't do that. Not fair. She asked me, what did you say? Just dialing it in for the towards the finish line of the challenge. You set a goal of what was it, 180?
Yeah.
You set a goal of 180. And I mean, since we started working with each other, what was your starting number if you don't mind sharing it? That's what I'm gonna
Uh,
ask.
like right around that 245, 248, I think.
So her and I started working together a while before the challenge started. 245, 248. Before the challenge, we started somewhere around 200,
Yeah, right around there.
right around there. And she, last one that she messaged me, just because I'm going through the messages right now, was 186.8, 186.8, and down to 185 post workout. And so she's got another five to her end zone. So what else can accelerate? So that's what I've incorporated going into August for myself. And today was the first day where I actually had that come to Jesus moment where I was like, how bad do I want to look good on vacation? Like, do I actually? I was ready. I was ready for like a McDonald's or a Taco Bell or something. Just not even a little off the rails. I was like, I want to just make a hard left turn. So beginning of August was, tightening things up. So I went into what you call it carb cycling. So Mondays, Wednesday, and Fridays were my heavy lifting days. I had a good amount of carbs. Tuesday and Thursday that week, I cut carbs to almost zero. Saturday and Sunday were a little more on the higher carbs, medium to high carbs. So I cut it down, means 215.72. The following day to 11.5. So my body flushed out that Monday. And then down to 207.2 on August 8th. So this is just literally like almost just 2 weeks of data. Just 2 weeks of data on what I've been doing past 2 weeks. Actually, you know what? Started a week before that because I was doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday higher carbs because I was lifting those days. Tuesday and Thursday lower because I was running. And I can push myself through running a little more. The following week was where I switched it to Monday, high carb day, Tuesday, low to no, Wednesday, low to no, Thursday, carb day, Friday and Saturday, low to no. This week, it has been it has been 0 to 20 grams of carbs Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Accompanying that, and I've noticed I'm relying on carbs. I like carbs. I think they support healthy lifting, but if you want to kind of accelerate things, it's one of the easiest places to pull extra calories from. It's easy to steal from there and not, not starve. You're filling up with protein, you're pretty good. So this week, haven't had more than probably 20 grams a day. and I hit a new low of 207.1 this morning, which my low last week was 207.2 on Thursday. So hitting the 207.1 by Wednesday tells me, okay, tomorrow I'll probably be in the 205, 206 range, which is kind of right on track for my goal. And then come to Jesus moment, today I have felt like garbage. I have like felt just headaches. My lifts in the gym were weak. I was slow. I felt like I had to take more and more recovery. I was just gassing out, and I've just been brain fogging all day, and it's a wonder I'm able to like put get myself through right now, probably because the big cup of coffee. But I am so looking forward to, and I was debating making tomorrow and just saying, you know what, I'm gonna zero out tomorrow too. It's Thursday, and then we'll reload on the weekend, refeed. But I'm gonna save that for next week. And this is kind of like where you talk to somebody that's doing a competition, they go into a peak week. So they pretty much zero out those carbs and kind of deplete all the glycogen in the system. It's exhausting, it's miserable. And we'll probably do it next week, but it's going to take a little mental toughness. And then when you have the glycogen, come Sunday on the cruise, everything should fill up. I should feel nice and full. And after hitting my leanest weight. But the ugly stuff comes in there and it's not fun. So I'm not a huge advocate of the low carb, but I think if you're trying to push past a certain point, other things I've done, I think it's Alicia, she tracks me on Strava and she must think I'm nuts. Outside of my 20 minutes that I normally do of cardio, I've incorporated just 30-minute walks. And it's boring, but it looks like my activity level's just gone up like crazy. And I'm confident I could probably get to 202, 203 by the day I leave. But today was one of those moments where I was like, is this worth it? Do I really care about having abs on a? I'm already feel like I'm probably going to be in best shape, but those are like next level things you could do. Incorporate in the extra 30 minutes, carb cycling towards the end of your goal as you get closer to your goal. Like if you have something you really want to look good for, if you're going on a vacation and you're like in Hawaii and you haven't rocked the bikini in a while and you're like 5 pounds away from the goal, that's how you would kind of accelerate it to the next level and push yourself kind of through the muck. But I don't recommend it for everybody. So now that we've chatted about where I'm at a little bit, we're going to talk about Miss Amanda. Oh, you know what? Amanda, we'll come back to you. Other things I've been doing because I'm cutting the calories so deep and carb depletion causes you to flush a lot of water. I'm on 3 40-ounce waters a day, one of them with electrolytes, one of them with EAAs, and one with BCAAs because I'm trying to preserve as much muscle as humanly possible. So trying to save there. And another thing I've noticed, my sleep has been so out of whack this week. Just have not been able to get a good night's sleep. That will happen with carb depletion. So if it's a route you're thinking of going, try exhaust the other routes. Challenge is coming to the end, so people might start trying different things after the challenge. Exhaust the other routes before really going down that cut. And maybe you're somebody who runs better on fat, a-okay, but kind of ask yourself that question before cutting everything down. Now we'll go on to Amanda. Amanda, how are we feeling tonight?
I'm feeling pretty good.
She
Feeling pretty good. I've
volunteered.
got a little bit of a headache.
You
So they're
too?
talking about headaches. I'm like, oh, but
You, you
I'm
don't have
tired.
those.
That's where it's coming from.
You're tired. Are we getting enough sleep?
Uh, I got no this week. No,
No.
no. Um, Monday, Monday I had to work 22 hours straight, and then I think I got 2 hours of sleep, and then worked 10 more hours. Um, so no, really bad week for sleep.
That sounds brutal.
It's awful. It's not typical. Um, but yeah.
All right. Not typical. You've been very consistent on workouts. That's one big win. How you feeling after that?
I feel good with the workouts. Um,
You're very active. I mean, I probably could have guessed that from your medals in the background and
Yeah, maybe, yeah,
maybe.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I've enjoyed the workouts, and I'm one of those people, if you give me a list to do, like I'm sticking to the list. I'm checking things off and I'm following it to a T. Sometimes maybe when I shouldn't. I didn't run Tuesday because I was deliriously tired. Didn't even try it. But I had 23-mile run on Saturday, so I figured it was fine to take a break. So
Sometimes you need the break.
yeah,
So where's our end goal?
I mean, I don't necessarily have a weight goal. For me, I'm doing this for science and the data of it. It's been interesting to log the food and kind of really see where things were at. Um, that's been the most like eye-opening to me, um, because I eat 100% plant-based, have for 11 years, and so that comes with a big challenge to try to get protein that doesn't like overload you on fats. Um, or carbs. And so it's constantly like, I was going to say Tetris, but that's not the right word. But I'm sitting there always like trying to get numbers and figure, oh no, this doesn't work. Well, no, this goes too high if I put this in. And so it's like, it's kind of like a game to see how far I can get it. But that's been the most interesting part.
It's, if you don't eat meat, it is 10, 10 times harder, if not more, to hit the protein goals. It's definitely more because almost all the proteins you get, vegan, vegetarian,
Vegan,
vegan. So yeah,
it's real hard.
I
Yeah,
can't even force feed you egg whites. It's like,
I'm allergic to eggs. So that,
there we
I
go.
mean, that one's out anyway. I would love to eat, like, I would love to have that option. It's not an option for me.
And yet you still manage your protein goal. One, we had you
I've
one
gotten really close, like really close. But
goal is 138. She's hitting 121, which is considering you've only been tracking for the duration of this challenge pretty much and trying to hit
no,
that target.
I tracked before, but I had no idea what my target was. But I would track and just kind of see, and people would say, "Oh, get your protein," but like I had no idea it was going to like supposed to be that high. So like if I hit 50, I was like, "Oh, I'm doing good." No, I wasn't. So
So that was going to be my next question. Like 50 seemed good to you beforehand.
yeah, because I had no idea, you know. Um,
It's That's wild to me because you actually have done a really good job. And I find vegans, vegetarians, and sometimes pescatarians, just because I feel like no one wants to eat fish all day, every day. Like it's always more of a challenge to get protein in. So that's crazy. That's crazy you were able to actually I'm looking at just one particular day and you August 11th, so 2 days ago, Monday, for you to only be 17 grams off is like mind blowing.
most of that's coming from breakfast. I'm getting like over 60 at breakfast.
What are we
So
putting in the breakfast? Vegan protein powder,
I do smoothies. And so I found a vegan like
yogurt.
Greek yogurt to throw in there. I found a better protein powder that has lower carbs and just junk in it.
That's a lot of the vegan protein powders tend to have a lot of carbs.
They do a lot. Of course, this one's more expensive than all the rest, but you know,
That's when Kim was doing when she was vegan, it was very challenging to not drive the other numbers up more than anything.
right, right.
I was
So
I'm impressed. I'm impressed by the numbers. Let's go some more questions. I'm gonna try something that I've never tried before. We're gonna go a different route with the hot seat tonight. Let's see energy levels throughout the day. Do you feel energized and ready to go? Feel good but need recovery? Struggle with low or feel tired most of the time?
my energy levels feel really good. And my recovery from things like the first week was bad. I'll say that. Like I I was sore that first week and like trying to run. I forget what I had on my Saturday run. I trained with Coach Twiggs, and I don't know what nonsense he had on there for Saturday, but I just remember my calves were just screaming the whole time. And I haven't really felt that. So my recovery has been a lot better. And energy level's pretty good.
All right. Well, energized. Boom. How often do you get food cravings? Rarely, occasionally, regular throughout the day, or constantly craving food?
Um,
No
I
wrong
would say about
answers.
no, I would say about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like
So-
right around it's like after lunch, you know, before dinner. Like that's when I get cravings for things, but it's sweet things. It's fruit. Like I crave like fruit.
If you're gonna crave anything, I think, who was that? I got cold sweets when I had a call earlier today. I had a first timer call, and it was I get cravings for cold sweets, and I'm like, "Are you just talking about ice cream?" She goes, "100%, 100%." I just figured that was a nice way of putting it. So those are, I get. I'm a sweets craver. My wife is like spicy, so like chips, salty. She's all those. So we're just luckily when she buys, she handles most of the grocery shopping, so I don't have to worry about my type of sweets being in the house too much. She knows not to buy them, except those damn dots. Y'all know I love the dots. Exercise, does it make you feel energized and you recover quickly? Feel good but need a little more recovery time? Tired and need longer recovery? Or exercise just makes you feel like crap? I feel like it doesn't.
No, it doesn't make me feel like crap. The first one, it energizes me because I've flipped and I just got done with a workout, but I have been going in the morning and it's waking me up more. I thought I was going to hate it. Um, but I feel more ready to go for the day after working out. And I'm not a morning person at all, except for Disney races. Then I'm a morning person.
You took the words out of my mouth. I'm like, you probably thought you were going to hate it because the only other workouts you're used to are getting up at 2:30 in the morning to stand in a cold parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah, essentially.
Do you have perfect season coming up?
No, I did that. I did that the Dopey to Dumbo year, the one where it was like 5 days apart or 4 days apart. It's running together. The 23-24 did perfect season.
That was cold.
Yeah, it was.
It was a chill. I was just talking about that with someone today too. It was like, my God, I don't know why I signed up for California again.
I mean, I do near perfect season. I can't ever get to Wine and Dine. That's the one I can't get to. Last last Wine and Dine, I ran New York instead. So I've been doing more. I've been doing Disney, but working in like the majors.
If I can get New York in, or that'll be the reasoning I don't do the other. So working out in the morning, how's your sleep?
Sleep is eh. I can go to sleep. It's just I can't seem to stay asleep.
Do you feel tired when you wake up?
Um, yeah, but not too bad. Not too bad.
Not too bad. All right. Any history like with weight loss where it's been a struggle or a challenge, or you just make small changes and it happens easy, takes effort to lose, or it's absolutely miserable?
Um, I'll say I mean, the last time I had like a pretty good weight loss is when I changed my diet and went vegan. But I think a lot of that was like just inflammation because I was eating a bunch of things I was allergic to. Um, but that again, that was like 11 years ago. I was probably 15 pounds lighter than I am now. Like that was the lowest point.
All right. So you got
So
rid of food you were allergic to and lost weight?
yeah, without trying, like I was not working out. I wasn't doing anything. I just stopped eating those foods and weight just started falling off. Because when you take out certain foods, you can't eat junk food, right? Like you talk about McDonald's or talk about or like any of the easy like grab and go places. Like if you can't eat that, like it takes it off the menu for you. So like by default, like you get cleaner in your eating just because you can't have all this processed stuff. I mean, you could still go real unhealthy. Don't don't get me wrong. You can be real unhealthy with it, but um, a lot of the things that trip you up or like tempt you are just not available to me. So
It's crazy. I will, while we're talking to Amanda, I will recommend to anybody, like if you can get a food allergy test or food intolerance test, I feel like prices have even come down on them. You probably find them on like 100, 100, maybe a little more, and they could be pretty eye-opening. And
mhm.
sometimes it's a little too eye-opening. You might have a slight intolerance to something, and it's something you love, and it's like, do I want to really cut that out in life? Maybe I should have less of it. But um, like I'm taking that, okay, my body doesn't agree with this, that, and the other thing. Let's cut back on that. And when you have it again, what happens? You incorporate that, your body goes haywire. I never realized how much my body disagreed with milk until I cut milk out. It was absolutely wild for me. Like but I love ice cream, so I'm not gonna never, have dairy. I'm not, no. We're gonna have ice cream once in a blue moon, and then, maybe not drink the gallon of milk and the bowl of cereal before bed. So you cut it out, you felt better. That's not abnormal to see that drop down.
Yeah. I mean, it was wild. The cutting out milk was huge. Like in about 3 days, all of a sudden I felt wired. I had so much energy because my body had been like taking so much energy just to deal with me eating milk and dairy that like I was just, I mean, it was like I had 10 cups of coffee. I had so much energy. I mean, that tapered after a bit. It didn't last forever. But I had like, I was one of those who had like chronic sinus infections. Like my face was red all the time for whatever reason. Like it was just shocking, but it took about 3 days to get out of my system. And then just things started calming down. So yeah, I'm a big advocate when I hear people talking about food and stuff. I'm like, well, if you ever just try to do elimination diet and just see what happens because
And that's
it's
what I do.
free and you can really find out a lot that way.
And I try to be very big on balance and not, you know, like I told my story at the beginning, like do as I say, not as I do. I would not recommend unless you're really focused on something, going the crazy route, but have balance. But when people say, "Oh, what's a good diet to try?" If I had to give the simple answer, elimination diet slash like Whole 30, because essentially, and you can go even further than a Whole 30 because, and I could be mistaken here, but I'm not sure if they take like nightshades into account with that, which a lot of people, everybody know what nightshades are in the food realm? No? I'm gonna get the actual. So, and the full list. But they're plants related to potato groups, and some people have bad allergies to them. So, tomato, eggplant, potato, capsaicin or capsicum. There's a laundry list of plants that fall into the nightshade category that a good, and I never even thought of this until Kim got one of those. And this is, what are you going to do with the information? She got one of those mail out your saliva tests and the food allergy and all that. I think it was saliva. It might have been something else that you had to mail out, but they tested it and she had a nightshade intolerance. So So those, and she was like, well, I'm not cutting out potatoes. I'm not cutting out tomatoes. I mean, this was a girl that ate beans, jalapenos, and onions. Onions is another one of them that, almost every day. So there was no way she was actually cutting that out. But there we go. Contains nutrients, a compound called solanine. It's a natural pesticide that can be toxic in high concentrations. So some people have a little allergy to that and it just really slows you up. But yeah, going a whole 30 would be like the number one thing I'd say. Just cut everything out for 30 days, see how you feel. Introduce something. The second I put milk back in, pimples. Pimples. I looked like I was 22 again. And that's because I was drinking a gallon of milk all the time back then. So highly recommend. I know I can't even fathom drinking like a full glass of milk now. So thinking that the amount I used to go through in my childhood is just wild for me. Now let me see. There we go. You actually had, I made a new tool that helps me out and gets things going. Let's see. I mean, looks like metabolism functions well, helps me with my scoring based on all that stuff. But, small room for improvements. Boom. Just like I've got you at 30% of your calories from protein, 40% from carbs is what I came up with there. So I might even adjust your numbers just a little bit. I think you could handle a little less protein based on what you're doing. Do you eat regularly? What's your meal timing like?
Um, it's pretty consistent. And so breakfast is 7:30, 8 o'clock, except for like long run Saturdays, then it's kind of out of whack. But um,
Everyone.
I mean, during the week it's consistent. Lunch is usually around 1 and dinner is right about now, usually.
All right. I would say, yeah, 3 to 4 hours with maybe some snacks in between. And dinner's right
I
about now.
just I just run out of like looking at what I eat, like I don't have anything left to like have snacks in there. Like there's nothing, because then my dinner gets real interesting and then it comes up with like you need, 30 grams of protein and but no carbs, no fat. I'm like that doesn't exist. Like it starts skewing things if I throw snacks in there.
Your snacks are tricky. What do
Yeah.
you for do
I
you
don't I mean I'm open to snacks. I love snacks. I just can't figure out what that would be.
yeah, you're because I mean, we're not doing meat sticks. We're not doing jerky. And do you want to end up just doing another protein bar just to pump up your protein numbers a little bit? But you want to find like a little snack that can kind of fill you in. Hummus, but that's
The
going to pump
vegan
up your fat numbers.
Yeah, the vegan protein bars are really hard because I like
it
the Go macro bars. Like I like those if I'm like I always pack those in my bag when I go to Disney and all the run things because I can grab one of those and as a decent snack. But when you look into those, like the highest protein one is only 11 grams, but it's more of like a small meal replacement than a protein boost because it has higher fat and like
It's less than 10% of your protein goal, which is as a snack, you
yeah,
want it to be more.
right.
Hmm. What if there's
So
a
like I can get closer with some of the protein shakes, but I have to be careful not to get a meal replacement shake because then the protein's out of whack. Um,
15 grams on Misfits Health? Have you heard of those?
I have
15 grams, 4 grams of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, 3 grams of net carbs. They actually look good, but that just could be, if you look at this website, the marketing is like, it's speaking to me. It's
it
like,
looks like a candy bar, right? Don't
it
those
looks
look
like a
like
candy
candy
bar.
bar?
It's got pretty
Yeah.
colors on the box. Like, this is designed for me to
Yeah,
buy.
yeah, I would totally buy that and eat that.
Just the
Yeah, it does look
Bear
like a
Bells
candy
does
bar.
vegan as well.
The what?
Bear Bells? Never heard of those? Oh, Bear
Mm-mm.
Bells. They've blown up in like the last year or two, and I know Trader Joe's has them. Um, I want to see your macros, Bear Bells. But that's where I'd look for little. There we go. Nutritional facts. 15 grams of protein, so you're almost in the same boat. But yeah, there's one that it looks like it drives the carb number up. It's got 24 grams of carbs. Three of those are dietary fiber, 1 gram of sugar, and then sugar alcohols for 11 of them. Sugar alcohols, which again, if you have GI issues, sugar alcohols can really, really throw you off. Really keep you in the restroom when you don't want to be. Let's see, so 3 to 4. I'm gonna come up. I'll come up with some more vegan protein snacks and share that in the group chat after, because I'll just go down this rabbit hole and try to hunt down more and more. And we'll be here all night. We'll be here all night searching that. Definitely like focusing on the high quality proteins as much as you can get them. Yours are yours are going to be. Do you ever do this seitan? I always sounded like Satan.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. It's a good one for you. Yeah, I'm sure you get plenty of fibers, veggies, it looks like. Your fats look healthy.
Yeah.
Not far off, from where you want to be. I don't think you know, the weight doesn't look like you have much to lose. I don't think
No, and I mean, I don't want to get aggressive with it with a marathon in September. It's not the time to get aggressive with it because I need the fueling. Um, so yeah, I'm not looking to do anything drastic. I just um, want to improve and put on some more muscle to keep the running injuries away.
that's where I'd say we got to figure out where to get a little bit more on the protein. Zero point 0.8 to 1.2 generally. And it's crazy because it used to be the RDA is zero point 0.8 per kilogram of body weight. Now, RDA is like the least the least amount so you don't die. So like the least amount the government thinks it's okay for you to take in. And now all the new science is like, and this I've advocated for a while is zero point 0.8 to 1.2. 0 point 0.8 if you're really trying to lose weight, one if you've been under for a while, 1.2 if you're trying to gain some muscle. So I think you getting closer to that one. So I'll come up with some. We'll find vegan proteins. If not, I'll harass Alicia because I went through this with her and I know I sent her a guide. It's just finding it on my computer.
And I mean, I can add more, but the challenge is when I add more, then I'm over in my carbs or over in my fat. Like it skews something else. That's why, like at the beginning of this, I was like, which is more important, the calories or the protein? Or like, because I couldn't get the math to math. And so I was like, let me try to focus in on one.
So I'm using my other windows now. I'm trying to look nuts and seeds. Those are going to blow up the fats.
Right. Certain
Can't.
beans are good, but then they kill your carbs. Quinoa, like then you're going to blow your carbs. Um, so you have to.
It's finding that balance without going. But you're training for a marathon, so you could actually probably go a little heavier on the calories and not see. Like if that was a route you wanted to take, I could revamp and say, all right, she's not really trying to lose because you're trying to run a marathon and just put on some muscle. See what your body handles. If you give yourself a little grace to hit a higher carb number or a higher fat number, that helps you get the protein number closer to where it should be. That's not the guide I was looking for. There's too many of these. I'll post all the vegan ones. That's where I nerd out. I should vegan plant-based. What did I put there? Oh, I didn't even share my recipe bundle for that one. You want that? I made recipes when Kim was I'll put that in there too. Are there any snacks on this thing? Man, let's see. So I know I've done this too many times, made these, but I don't think I added snacks. All right, I got a couple I'll share in the group chat, and I'll send in an email to you as well that I made there. What you're doing, the strength training wise, definitely three times a week. I don't think marathon training, you're on 3 days a week. You don't need to do it every.
Yeah. And the strength training, I like the 3 days a week because I can fit that into my schedule. Once we start adding, like if someone adds a fourth day, then I can't make it work with the running. It just becomes too much. And so I end up not doing one. So I'm like, no,
I would
I don't
say
want to set myself up for failure like that.
three strength training and at least two cardio, and you're getting three. You're getting three or more probably with yours. So I don't think you I don't think you need to kill it too much there. Like it's finding that balance. It's I'm once vacation mode's over and I go into get ready for dopey mode, it's like, all right, strength training, I get to give the back seat a little bit and focus on the running more because it's a last through January goal set. You take any supplements?
Yes, I do. Um, let's see. I take magnesium. I take ashwagandha, creatine, um, more B complex vitamins, veggie or vegan omega. I supplement B12 since I don't eat meat. Um, D3 probiotics.
Magnesium?
I think that's, yeah.
Good.
It's a magnesium and zinc combo.
Perfect. Chromium might be good for your metabolism too. Chromium picolinate. Oh, as we were doing that supplement workshop, there was a whole list of like, I mean, just go walk into Whole Foods and look down the aisle, and I could have gone on for 2 or 3 hours. So I was like, let's just pick the best of the best. But it's a trace element, so
Okay.
it helps regulate blood sugar. So might benefit a little bit, but only if you're trying to like gain a little added edge against the scale. Where I wouldn't say, oh, it's necessary, but it could help a little bit. Could help
Okay.
a little. Think, all right, I'm gonna type all this up. I'm gonna have to delete my, yeah, we're gonna edit this up, send it your way. But I'd focus on keep getting stronger. I lean towards saying we should adjust your calories while you're in marathon training, give you a little extra, give you that ability to hit your protein goal because your marathon, like your workload's gone up anyway. Give you the ability to hit a higher protein number by giving you some grace on the carbs and fat. And just make sure those 3 days that you're doing the strength training, you focusing on going strong, going heavy.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to that. I haven't had, I have a pasta that I love. It's really high in protein, but also it's really high in carbs. And I had some Friday night
Bonza?
before my long run. Oh, Brahmi.
I don't know
It
that.
has 20 grams of protein per serving, and it tastes really good. I don't like which one did you say? The Banza or Bonza or whatever?
Bonza, whatever it is.
Banza. I don't like the texture of that one because if you cook it just a hair like over, it gets real weird and kind of mushy. The Brahmi one, it has, I think it's lupini beans or something like that in it. And so it tastes like just a regular pasta, looks like a regular pasta, and you can meal prep with it and reheat it, for frozen, and it's not going to disintegrate on you.
I like it. I like it. I'm gonna send me that link because I'm gonna forget it or the name of it. I'm gonna screw it up. I'm gonna forget it, and I don't want to.
Here, I'll put it
You know what? I
in the
forget.
chat.
Ryan's got Ryan. I always call on Ryan. I've known him a while now.
Yeah.
What's your protein goal at?
Oh, 193 maybe?
193, and you are. What do you two share in common?
We're vegan.
So he's also vegan. So the things he's putting up in that chat, I would keep a close eye on. Keep a close eye on. Impossible Steak Bites, 21 grams of protein, 7 fat, 6 grams of carbs. That's real solid. Oh, she already liked it. I didn't have to point it out.
Yeah, I just sear them in a pan with teeny bit of like Bragg's aminos and a little A1 sauce, and they taste like steak. They chew like steak. It's unreal. It's my thing right now. I go in waves where I'll have like one thing, I'll eat it till I don't like it anymore, and then I'll move on to the next. Right now, it's steak bites.
I
I
like
haven't
it.
had those. I just saw those in the store. They just finally got to where I'm at.
Yeah, and yeah,
Um,
they're processed, but what can we do?
yeah.
I'm not going to eat 10 pounds of broccoli to get my protein.
God, you would have to.
Right.
You would have to, and you come from a strongman background, so like you know the value of hitting those protein goals.
Yeah.
That's hard to hit it at, you know, hit that number. I could try it. I'll try to run myself through. Maybe I'll do a week vegetarian, freak him out.
Just a lot of planning. A lot
It
of planning.
it is a lot of planning. It's a lot of figuring out. I'll send you some guides, and if I didn't make a snack one yet, that's just gonna get added to my to-do list. I'm gonna do it now. But I think you're on the right track. If you're cool with it, I'm gonna bump up the and not everybody on here, I think wants to bump up the calories, but with your workload, I think it's not a bad idea and just monitor it. Like you got good guidelines. The scale's not moving in the wrong direction, and not more so not the scale moving in the wrong direction.
It's it's a
But
very tiny fluctuation, but I don't really care.
yeah, if it's not moving, in the if it moves in the wrong direction and you've increased your protein, increased the calories a little bit, but your measurements improve, you're putting on muscle. So that's sometimes where you have to go into that mental kind of, okay, I'm doing the right things, but I need to not freak out that the scale's going up. And that was me where I was like bulking up to 220 over the winter. Where it's like, okay, my waist has not gone up a size. You're fine. Is this not chiseled right now? No, it's not chiseled, but that's okay because that's bound to happen on the road to your goal. So you got October for New York, right?
September for Berlin.
H- How many stars do you have?
Berlin will be my third. Last year I got Chicago and New York, and so it was amazing because Chicago was my last long run before New York. It worked out perfectly because it was 3 weeks apart.
You're crazy.
So I only had to do like one big dopey simulation because I was focused on Chicago and New York. So it had that benefit. But
Super, super easy for you.
yeah,
Life's been easier. Do you feel
I'll,
like
I was gonna say if you want to know like how to get into some of these races, like I tell people the Berlin I've been throwing in for the lottery and I've thrown for the lottery for all the ones out there and like I don't usually, get picked and um I've forgotten that like the announcement and the draw for Berlin, it was 2 days after Disneyland Halloween like went on sale. And so I said, well, if you want to get into a race, just make sure you spend a lot of money 2 days before and sign up for other races that are really close together. So it makes it really hard to do. And then you'll get picked. Like it's a bad time for like my job and everything. But I'm like, well, I got picked, so I got to go.
I thought you were going to come out with like this real hack that was going to
No,
actually get me into New York. And I was waiting and I'm like sitting here like, it's going to happen. It's going to
no,
happen.
you fundraise for New York. That's how I got into New York. I did fundraising. In Chicago, I got the lottery for Chicago. I did fundraising.
The fundraising makes me nervous. It's just, I screwed up a couple years ago and I ended up being on a 2 week timeline or maybe like a week and a half timeline to figure out my Dumbo Double Dare charity because I had only focused on my dopey one. And I went panic attack. It was like, beg everybody, I will run in whatever you ask me to. And I got it, but when they threatened to take my bib away, I was like, oh hell no.
I mean, it's hard work, but I mean, New York is hard to get into, although I know people that get picked the very first time they go in for the lottery.
Lucky.
But that's a great race. I would do it again in a heartbeat if I got picked. It blows all of the races out of the water.
I was born in New York, so it's on my bucket list. And my only issue with it is I have a problem. And I'm not going to be one of those people who just goes for 1 star and okay, well, I did my one and done. Nope. Chicago will be next, and I will leave Boston for last. Sorry, Boston people, but I grew up in New York as a Yankee fan. It's enough work to just get me up there for the run. I got to touch on one more thing tonight. I'm going to send you some information, and I'll send the group some information on vegan and veggie stuff tonight. Beware of fitness influencers. I've said this. I've said it again and again and again. Beware, beware what they're trying to sell you. I clicked a link the other day. Um, I don't even know what their initial what it had. The physical therapist that I is in my gym, she was in the ad. And I'm like, "Oh, what is this company she works with?" And it was this product that promised to get women toned and lean and all of these things that you hear that you want to be. And I clicked the link and I have not been able to get this stuff off of my feed for the past 5 days. It's just been flooding my feed, and I'm looking for the ad on their Facebook right now, trying to find it. But it was like miracle supplement to get women toned, and they marketed each of the ads slightly different. And at the end of the day, it was creatine and taurine. And their big thing that they the big thing they put on there, creatine designed specifically for women that you won't get bulky, but you will get toned. That is not a thing. That they marked this stuff up. They marked this stuff up and dazzled it in it's in pink little mind body green. It's got pink packets and there's a skinny lady on the cover. And it was very, very targeted to I think women's desire to lose weight. Yeah, little pink packets, single servers. Poor man, it looks so pretty. I found it on their site, but science-backed formula. It was straight up creatine and taurine, which is an amino acid. There's the box. That's what I wanted. I wanted to see what it said on the box. Build lean muscle, tone, and strength, which creatine does, but it is the same freaking creatine you can get anywhere else in any box. They both work on the same pathways in the body. Nothing changes in this little pink pouch that is $30 a month for a 6 month supply, which is beyond crazy for creatine pricing. So that is my rant. All creatine, as long as it's not loaded with fillers, is pretty much built the same. Who's got questions? We got 6 minutes left tonight. Oh, was it magic? I didn't even go through the questions. Was it magic? Yes, it's magic creatine. Magic creatine. Matthew, Yasso bars, I think Kim bought those and she's I think she tried to get me to try them. Yasso bar. Let me see if it's the same one. Oh no, I haven't tried those. She got some bar. It might have been that. But I'm weary of getting addicted to a pre-nighttime snack like that is low impact because I will have an ice cream bar every night until it turns into Ben and Jerry's. There's a there's a guy that lives inside of me that loves ice cream, and now I know if I'm gonna eat it, we'll just go full force and just roll with it. I'm good with that. The mocha and peanut butter. The worst time protein goal. Tracy, eat more steak. I went face first. I missed this comment. Face first, no bowl of pasta. I had this very nice kid that that worked for me for about 5 years. It was one of my wife's friends. My wife's friends, he dated my sister-in-law growing up, and then that my wife ended up staying friends with him after they broke up. And he's a hardcore, full-on, I can say this because I'm Italian, Guido Italian kid from Philly, and he was going through some stuff. His daughter was in the hospital. She was about a month and change old, and they couldn't find out why she wasn't breathing. And stepped in to help him out with some of his work issues he was having because he had to be out of work. And then, they did a GoFundMe for him, and we donated to that. So he showed up at the house with homemade Italian pasta sauce with sausage and peppers, sausage and meatball in it, and I knew it was going to be. This was not like Progresso. This was real deal. So I destroyed some pasta a couple weeks ago. That's probably one of those spikes that we saw. Absolutely destroyed it. It was the best thing ever. And I have no regrets. So I know what it's like going. We just don't eat it because it's difference of culture. My people ate that. Her people ate rice and beans. So of course we eat rice and beans on the regular here. Don't tell her I said that, Tracy. You know her. Yasso are awesome. Had first post Gasparilla 2020 and get occasionally. Yeah, steak. I'm borderline anemic too. So steak would be good for you. Steak. Hey, I can take a look at your nutrition and see if we can find opportunities for protein next week. Amanda was the only one that volunteered. The rest of y'all step it up. Step it up. They're so quiet tonight.
In my defense, I told you could tear me apart, but you said I wasn't eligible.
All right, fine. I'll take care of you on Monday because I just realized hydration ain't gonna take me long to tell you to drink water. So we'll go in on yours, and then maybe we'll like almost analyze the journey you've been on like long term on Monday after we chat hydration. You'll be here Monday?
I should be.
All right, it's on it. And who else has questions tonight? And are you moving the goal line for me?
Me?
Ooh, hydration, a daily habit. I'll put it on the calendars right when we get off of here. Starting tomorrow, hydration challenge. Tag me in a photo of you drinking water. Thank you. And yes, Heather, are you going to move the goal line
It's
once
still
once we hit 180?
Well, I know I can get lower, but I know it's really hard to maintain it. I mean, yeah, if we could get to like 175, that'd be awesome, but I know it's tough when I get there to keep it there.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Well, I think maybe we'll do it. I think maybe we'll push you there.
No, the scale has not been moving at all this week. So, but like I told you, there was ice cream on Saturday. So
Ice cream on Saturday.
I haven't had ice cream since before we started the challenge. And it was really good ice cream.
I'm gonna allow it. I think you need balance. You need balance, so we'll say it's okay. I'm good with it.
And
Sometimes
we golfed and I did run 2.5 miles and got over 20,000 steps that day. So I think I earned the ice cream.
some days you just gotta have the ice cream. You have the ice cream. I'd say you deserved it. I'm good with it. Are we good with a hydration challenge starting tomorrow?
Yeah, what do you want for a goal?
You love the mini challenges.
Well, I'm just curious, like, is it the average like 64 ounces, or do you want to like, I suppose.
I'd say 64 at a minimum.
Okay.
I could really throw people for a loop and not just do keep hydrated through the day, drink only 0-calorie drinks.
Oh,
That's not a problem.
It's not a problem for you, Larry?
No,
Not a problem.
I mean if it I'll have my coffee in the morning. I'll have water all day, and then at dinner, when I go to Walmart, I get that flavored water, and it's 0 calorie.
All right.
Your element, but LMNT has some calories in it.
That has 10 calories. Come on, we can go with that, right, Tom? Because that's my favorite hydration in a day.
We'll caveat the LMNT. It's salt with I think that one can be a caveat. Beer has calories too, though.
Of course, you pick 0 calorie drinks the week that I go to the Pacific Northwest with incredible coffee.
The when do you leave?
Thursday for a week.
Thursday. So we'll do this one. So you leave tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Hydration 14th to the 20th, and then we'll stay hydration focused the 21st. 21st to the 27th. To the finish line.
Aren't coffees like almost 0 calories and everything? Like,
Black coffee.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. You can
Black
drink it
coffee,
black,
0 to 5.
right?
Not when you get espresso and cream and chocolate.
Amen.
whatever
I knew
you add to
that's
the
where you're
coffee.
going.
Okay, somebody's gone to Joffrey's, obviously.
Oh gosh, Joffrey's is good.
Yeah.
Joffrey's is good. All right. Keep hydrated throughout the no, it's gonna be on there as we'll go keep hydrated throughout the day. As to kicking off tomorrow. I'll add it to the calendars once we hop off here. With that, I'm gonna go add some stuff. I'll send out some protein guides once we're done, and I'll upload. Well, you don't need the replay, you're on the call. But for those people that are losers, if they're still watching the replay, yes, you should be on the live calls because you can ask questions instead of sitting there without us. I'll see everybody else on Monday. Monday back on at 6:30, unless my brain's mistaken. If it is, I'll put it in the chat. Thanks for chatting, Amanda. And everybody else.
Bye.
See you Monday.
Night.
Night.